So you're a dog owner in Vienna, West Virginia, and you're looking for the right trainer. Well, you've come to the right place. This is your complete guide to finding that perfect professional who can help you and your dog build an amazing life together. We've broken this down into 4 simple parts. First, we'll talk about why training specifically for life in Vienna is so important. Then, we'll get into what you should actually look for in a great trainer. After that, we'll cover your options and the costs involved. And we'll finish up with a handy toolkit filled with local rules and resources just for you. All right, let's jump right in. Section 1 is all about training for life, right here in Vienna. You might not think about it, but where you live really does change what your dog needs to learn. Think about it. A dog in Vienna needs to be comfortable with a lot of different situations. One minute you're on a quiet neighborhood street, the next you're taking a beautiful walk by the Ohio River. A truly great local trainer gets this. They'll prepare your dog for our specific way of life, including how to handle the busier spots you'll find just down the road in Parkersburg. Okay, so that leads us to a really big question. What actually makes a trainer a great trainer? Well, it really boils down to 2 main things: their training philosophy, how they teach, and their professional credentials. You're going to hear this term a lot, and for good reason. The method most experts stand by today is positive reinforcement. So what is it? Simply put, instead of correcting a dog for doing something wrong, you reward them for doing something right. It's not just about teaching sit or stay, it's about building a real bond of trust and creating a dog that's actually excited and confident about learning. Now, West Virginia doesn't actually require trainers to have a license, so how do you know who's who? Well, certifications are a huge clue that a trainer is serious about their profession. For general obedience, look for something like CPDTKA. But if you're dealing with tougher issues, like serious fear or reactivity, credentials like the IAABCCDBC or CBCCKA show that the trainer has a much deeper understanding of dog behavior. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 3 is all about the practical stuff. What kinds of training programs are out there, and what can you expect to pay for them right here in the Vienna area? You've basically got 2 main options to start. Group classes are absolutely fantastic for getting your dog used to other dogs and people, perfect for building that focus they'll need in a busy city park. On the other hand, private lessons are your go-to for problems that happen at home, like dashing out the front door or working on potty training. You get that focused, one-on-one attention. So let's talk budget. This chart gives you a pretty clear snapshot of the average cost for training in Vienna and Wood County. As you can see, a 6-week group obedience class usually falls somewhere between $140 and $225. A single 1-hour private lesson, you're probably looking at $80 to $120. And of course, for those really intensive options like a board and train, the cost is higher. This should give you a really solid place to start your planning. And here we are at our final section, the Vienna Dog Owner's Toolkit. We've pulled together all the practical info you need so you can move forward and feel really good about your decision. When you start talking to trainers, you've got to have the right questions ready. First, always ask about their training philosophy. You want to make sure you're on the same page. Ask about certifications, ask how they're going to customize a plan specifically for your dog, and of course, get a clear picture of the total cost. But here's a great one. How are you going to help me keep up the training after our sessions are over? Being a great dog owner is also about being a great neighbor, and that means knowing the local rules. It's pretty straightforward. Here in Vienna and Wood County, your dog needs to be on a leash in all public spots. West Virginia state law also says your dog has to have a current rabies tag on their collar. And just a heads up, continuous loud barking can be considered a public nuisance, which is something good training can definitely help with. Once you start training, you'll need places to practice. Lucky for us, we have some great options. Hunter Memorial Dog Park over in Parkersburg is perfect for working on recall in a safe, fenced-in space. Our own City Park of Vienna is excellent for practicing that on-leash walking with some mild, everyday distractions. And for those longer walks, the North Bend Rail Trail is fantastic for building up leash skills around new things like bikes and other people. When it's all said and done, training is so much more than just teaching commands. It's really about building an incredible bond with your dog and giving them the skills to be a confident, happy part of our community. A well-trained dog makes for a great neighbor, and they become the absolute best companion for getting out and enjoying all the beautiful parks, trails, and quiet streets we have right here in Vienna.